Jumptron.
Okay, let me lay it on you. Consensually. Kendrick and Drake hate each other. They've been hating. J. Cole and Drake then dropped this song called First Person Shooter, where Drake says, yo, me, Kendrick, and Drake, we're like the big three. Kendrick then surprise drops a random feature on this album with Future and Metro Boomin on a song called Like That. Mind you, like a year later, after First Person Shooter had already dropped, basically saying, fuck you, we are not in a big three, it's just Big Me. Then Kendrick and Drake have this whole line of diss tracks thrown back to back at each other, with the most important takeaway being Kendrick calling Drake a pedophile on this big song called Not Like Us. I think you've heard it already. Why am I bringing this up? Well, because Kendrick was channeling his inner hater. I didn't know a person could have that much hate in his heart. A good example being on Meet the Grams, a song where he addresses Drake's family on how he is a horrible person and quote,
I think niggas like him should die.
I wasn't honestly expecting Kendrick to drop this year. He had already been successful with singles and features. I didn't even know what direction he would go with after Mr. Morale. An album that is basically a therapy session on trauma and addictions and struggles with being worshipped as a celebrity figure. Oh, well, no time to think about that because GNX just randomly dropped on November 22nd, 2024. Here are my thoughts about it. Starting off with the album cover, I think it's one of Kendrick's best. I mean, the thing I first noticed was Kendrick's look here is different. His barber needs a raise. He looks really good. I think I like Mr. Morale and Good Kids covers a little bit better, but this is a phenomenal one. He's leaning against a GNX, which the album is named after, specifically the 1987 Buick GNX, which Kendrick was born in 1987. And his father drove him home from the hospital in a Buick Regal, which is similar to a GNX. So it has a pretty heavy significance to Kendrick here. And this is also the first album after leaving Top Dog Entertainment too. So, I will not lie, when I first heard this album, I was kind of like, that's it? It was a bit shorter and just kind of spontaneous, no build up or anything. But I've really grown. But I have since really grown to loving and accepting this album. I don't think it's my favorite, but it's definitely up there. So now I'm just going to talk about tracks that I like. Whacked Out Murals is one of the best, introductions, I think, to a Kendrick album. I mean, there's Wesley Siri, that's definitely, up there. I mean, Blood, it's alright. It's just not like a song. The long ass title of fucking Good Kid, Terrain, fucking aka Master Splinter's daughter, that's also amazing. But I really like this one. And I think it illustrates what this album is. It illustrates what this album is gonna be about and the direction it's going. And it's like Kendrick just does not give a fuck, and it sounds ominous. The beat is fucking ominous. It goes crazy in the car when again I know I say this every fucking video, but I'm not a music expert. But I guess the bass goes crazy in the fucking car when the beat drops. It goes crazy. I can feel Kendrick pounding into me. I'll pause.
Resume.
And that
He references him winning the Super Bowl and Nas being the only one who congratulated him. He's talking about Lil Wayne. I can't even fucking remember what the beef was about with Lil Wayne. He wasn't even I don't even think dissing Lil Wayne. He was just I remember. It was Lil Wayne was mad that fucking Kendrick won because it was in New Orleans or some shit. And Lil Wayne's from New Orleans. They thought he should have got it or something. I mean, Lil Wayne is amazing. Lil Wayne has great songs, but have you seen his live performances? Jesus fucking Christ. It sounds like a auto-tune frog. He also references Snoop, and he's like, I pray it was the edibles, because Snoop, I think, posted Taylor Made on his story or something, but I think they resolved that or something, and Snoop was like, it was the edibles or some shit. I think like one of the great things about this album is there's just so many quotable like lines here. Like, I used to bump the Carter 3. I held my Rolly Chain proud. Irony, I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down. That's like a good line, you know. But I think the more quotable lines are on the songs like later up. I'm gonna talk about. But again, it's a great track. It's just a great track. And then next up, I'm gonna talk about Squabble Up. The song starts out with that snippet that played in Not Like Us for the music video, where it's like, woke up looking for the broccoli. And then it didn't, like, when I heard it, I was like, oh shit, this is that fucking snippet. And then the sample comes in with the, when I hear music, it makes me dance. You got the music, now is your chance. And that's a really good sample. Again, it's a banger of a track. I feel good, get the fuck out my face. Look good, but she ain't got no taste. Walk in, walked out with the same. Yeah, like, I love the inflections and I guess the tones Kendrick uses in this album. He just does a lot of like just random stuff. I think he's like I guess testing out different sounds and stuff for, like, I don't know, maybe a possible other album too, upcoming album. I don't know. I feel like it started with like this whole Kendrick Drake beef stuff. He just used a lot of different sounds and different flows. The worst part of the song, I think, is actually when he says the title of the song, which is Squabble Up, Squabble Up, Squabble Up, Squabble Up. I think it's like probably the weaker part of this track. And then it goes with the, oh my god, what are the bitch with him and some bitch in him. Bitch with him and some, this is like a fucking tongue twister over here. Bitch with him and some bitch in him. That's a lot of bitch. That is such a good line. Yeehaw, we outside. The best part. It's like this song just like is just like teasing for this moment. It's like where he's like, it's a full moon out, let the wolves out, I bet a dog. And he channels that. I think of that picture of the like Alpha Sigma wolf or whatever, just like looking at the moon or something, or the one where he's like howling and stuff. I think of Kendrick just doing that. It's so funny. Like in the background, the ad-libs just like I sound like I'm getting fucking ran over or some shit. Then we have Luther with SZA and Kendrick both singing on this. Great sample choice. If this world were mine. And then Kendrick displays some great singing on this one. I think one of his better singing performances. He's like, especially that part where he's like fa 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 fa. And then SZA, amazing little verse, I guess she has. And then they both kind of like sing together, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful and majestic and soothing to hear. It's like peanut butter and jelly with Kendrick and SZA. Their collabs are always great. You know, All the Stars, 30 for 30, it's Doves in the Wind, I think, on SZA's album. But amazing duo here. Then, my favorite song on this album, and probably as of right now, my favorite song of the year right now, I think. It's Hey Now. Hey Now, I don't know why. I just like this. It's just so good. It was actually one of the ones that like I kind of like put off when I first heard it. And then I just like listened to it one day and when it got to the Rosecrans part, I just like I started like levitating. I started levitating when I heard that. So I think about that experience a lot. Just like this, I don't know what that like the beat or the sample. I don't know if it's a sample, but whatever the fucking beat is with it sounds like kind of like crickets or some shit in the background or like creaking. It's very like kind of like not ominous or scary, but like unsettling. And then you just have Kendrick going, "Damn, baby." It's like it's a really like it's just like it's kind of like all over the place, and I just love it. And then Kendrick just comes in with this "Hey now, say now" like kind of flow, and he's bringing out that like whacked out mural is like kind of ominous. I said ominous again, ominous. I'm in this prime. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Hey now, say now. I'm all about my yen. And you get the 1002, 1004. The black Noah just strangled me a goat. Instead of like Noah like wrangling the goats, I just strangled me a goat. It's fucking crazy. Oh my god, when he goes, "What the fuck you wearing, bro? It's tacky." Oh my god, I'm about to do the fool. Mister, I ain't heard of you. And it keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going until he goes, "I'm way too important. I'm way too important." Kind of like the man of the garden talking about being too important. The fucking ego of this guy. And then one of the best parts, just like I think one of the best parts of this album, starting this where he just talks about where it's like he starts singing, starting to see spaceships on Rosecrans. I seen the aliens hold hands. I can't even like it's so hard to do. He does it amazingly, and that's the part where I like levitate. But you know where I even levitate even more? I just start like jizzing in my pants. It's who the fuck I feel like? I feel like Joker. I'll quit off in this bitch with a blower. It's Dodie 6. The feature is phenomenal. And Dodie and Kendrick kind of like go back to back on this. I just like the way Dodie sounds on this. He fits the vibe of the song. And I love the "baby ass fat, can you do it? Can you back it up?" He's talking about kickflip, and he's like, "I got tech decks." Tell him Dodie did that, and it just ends off with tell him Dodie did that, and it's an amazing way to end up the song. I fucking love this song. It's one of my favorites. It is my favorite. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. Okay, favorite on this album, and probably my favorite of the year so far. And then the last one I wanted to talk about was the well, it's not the Heart Part 6. It's just Heart Part 6, and it's not even like capitalized either. If you didn't know, during the Kendrick and Drake beef, Drake used like name one of his diss tracks, the Heart Part 6, kind of as a little jab. Like Kendrick has these songs part of the Heart series, and he kind of stole it from him, but he kind of stole it from him and then proceeded to make one of the fucking worst diss tracks ever. With this Epstein angle is the shit I predicted. I promise if I was fucking young girls, I'd be arrested. Like what? Some of the worst bars. Oh, mother, that's that one record you got molested in. Like, well, okay, it's just like, it's one of the cringiest fucking songs ever. Like it's not even like I'm saying that, like it's very cringe. Like I cringe listening to that. And the Heart Part 6 is by Kendrick is very good. This is like in my top 3 on this album. The instrumental is very, reminiscent and soothing. It kind of reminds you, it's very nostalgic. And Kendrick talks about like Absol and Top Dog and J-Rock and his mentors and just, growing up and his just reflecting on growing up and his experiences. And he's very, I guess somber in the song. I love when it when the chorus hits and it's like, use your heart and not your eyes. Baby, just relax your mind. If you got time, then I got time. Like, I love that. And I think it's just a great addition to the Heart series. But while we're at it, let's talk about some tracks that I just didn't like. Which two I have here is GNX and Peekaboo. And it's funny because GNX is what the album named after. The song and the album, they both have the same name. So you expect it to be like one of the best ones. It's one of the worst ones. I don't know what the fuck Kendrick is doing on here. He's tell him Kendrick did it. Like, wow. I'm tripping out. I'm loving it. I don't know. And then the features, I'm not feeling them either. I didn't really dig the features here. I just don't know what the fuck Kendrick was doing on here. And then Peekaboo, where he's like, what they talk about, they ain't talk about. What they talk about, what they talk about, they ain't talk about nothing. What they talk about, they ain't talk about. What they talk about, they ain't talk about nothing. Like it's basically that for like the entire fucking song, and I can't dig that either. But two weaker tracks, but overall a very good album. And while we're at it, let's just do like a fun little ranking. So let me get my list out here because here we go. So at the bottom, of course, I'm gonna have GNX. And this is from worst to best. So at the bottom is GNX. Just again, what I'm tripping. I'm loving it. Like I don't know what he was thinking with this. Then we have Peekaboo. What they talk about. They ain't talking about nothing. Then Dodger Blue. It's just one. It's not one that really stands out. It's good, but it just doesn't really stand out. Gloria, it has SZA in it, but it's just, I think Luther is way better. Man of the Garden, again, one that kind of just, it's a little bit, underrated. I would say it's underrated, but I don't go actively like looking to listen to this. TV Off is next. Mustard. I've seen so many clips of this, and I think it's a little overrated. But I do think it was novel at the time. It's a good track. I think it just needs like a year or two, for all the like hype and stuff to die down. I guess like kind of similar to Humble, where like I can listen to Humble now, but like it was just like it was fucking everywhere. And when like 2017 when it came out, it was fucking everywhere, and like DNA, like they were just everywhere. Reincarnated, I know this might make people mad, but I don't know. I think it's good, but not as good as the other tracks, and I know. He's too Bach. But sonically, I like other tracks. Squabble Up, great track. Luther, again, great track with SZA. The Heart Part 6, amazing track. Whacked Out Murals, fucking banger, fucking ominous, scary. Meet the Grams Part 2, but not really. I don't know. But like sonically. And then Hey Now, like absolute heat. I love this album. I think it's really good. I'm happy because I honestly didn't know where Kendrick was gonna go after Miss Morale, and this wasn't the direction I was expecting. But I'm kind of happy he went with it because I've really fucked with this music, and I'm happy to like just know where he's going next. If you like the video, make sure to hit the like button. Comment, rank the songs, what's your thoughts on the album, stuff like that. And if you enjoyed my content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Bye. I'm tripping, I'm loving it.